As we all know, the 2025 Braves season has been an absolute disaster. From starting the season 0-7, to the offense not scoring after pitching gems, to the bullpen blowing games, and every single opening day starter going on the injured list, it's been one of the most shocking developments in the MLB as of late.
I don't know when I'm exactly about to upload this video, but as of writing this script, no players from the Braves have been traded yet. But for my first step, Atlanta has what I believe are 4 trade candidates, who I will make a mock trade for each except for 2 who I will send in a 3-team deal. Designated hitter Marcell Ozuna, right-hander Pierce Johnson, right-hander Raisel Iglesias, and left-hander Aaron Bummer. Since they're rentals and Atlanta is way under the luxury tax because of the Profar suspension, I will be sending in cash to pay for their contracts to get a better return for each. First trade will be right-hander Raisel Iglesias 4.97 era, who started terrible this year now, bit better, but definitely won't be a closer anymore in any other organization, but could be a solid bullpen arm if anyone can fix him. That being said, I'm sending him to an organization that prioritizes pitching depth, but has suffered a lot of injuries. I will send him in cash for his contract to the LA Dodgers for prospect left-hander Jacob Wright, the 29th in the organization with a 1.1 era in single A. Not much we can get for him. On the other hand, someone who we can get a solid return for is right-hander Pierce Johnson. The team I'm sending him to had a surprising surge this year. Shout out to their biggest fan and best baseball YouTuber out there, Ballcap Sports, and need relief pitching help, the Toronto Blue Jays. For this trade, I will send REASEAHEPP Pierce Johnson cash to pay for 1 year of his contract, because he has an $7 million club option for 2026, and number 20 prospect left-hander Herrick Hernandez to the Jays for number 17 prospect outfielder RJ Schreck, hitting 267 in AAA, and right-hander number 29th prospect Lazaro Estrada, who is in the majors already and can give the Braves innings. The final trade will be a big one, a 3-team trade between the Atlanta Braves, Chicago Cubs, and Texas Rangers. Atlanta will give up designated hitter Marcell Ozuna, LEPALP Aaron Bummer, and number 3 prospect infielder Nacho Alvarez. JRB Chicago will give up right-hander Ryan Presley, number 9 prospect right-hander Brandon Birdsell, and number 24 prospect right-hander Brody McCullough. Texas will give up left-hander Patrick Corbin with cash, number 15 prospect Kevin Fitzgerald, and right-hander number 26 prospect Colton Curtis. So Atlanta would be receiving Birdsell, Presley, and Curtis. Chicago would receive Patrick Corbin, cash for Corbin and Bummer, Kevin Fitzgerald, and Aaron Bummer, and Texas would be receiving Marcell Ozuna, Brody McCullough, and Nacho Alvarez. This would be a great deadline to get some highly needed depth for this farm. The second step brings us to the end of the season. One of the biggest complaints for this season was the coaching staff and how ignorant they've looked. We all know what's been happening with Brian Snitker not paying attention to his injured pitcher, to Spencer Strider getting heated with the coach. This has to change, and thankfully it looks like it will, with Snit about to retire at the end of the season. And that brings me to my second step: new management. There are currently 3 candidates publicly known to be Snit's successor. Walt Weiss, who is the only in-house option in my opinion, and is currently the bench coach. Former manager of the year Skip Shoemaker, who led the 2023 Marlins to the playoffs, and a dark horse pick, Mark DeRosa, who has little managing experience but did a great job with Team USA in the World Baseball Classic and upsetting me and my team Venezuela in the tournament. He is my favorite out of the 3. So I'll pick him to be the new manager, and he could bring a new staff with him. Hitting coach Tim Hires hasn't been the best received this year, and he could also be replaced after the new manager shows up. I personally don't mind him, but he's definitely made the Braves less aggressive and have less power. Now, the third step will be the offseason. This offseason will be intriguing because the Braves will likely have their tax reset and will be free to take more liberties and make moves. This offseason I have 3 needs for next year, and I got 3 different trades and 3 different signings to fulfill them. The needs are pitching depth, veteran position players, and heavy bullpen rework. So the Braves need heavy pitching depth, Not the best of starters, but a solid arm, so they can have depth if any starter goes out. I have one trade and one signing. The first trade will be for right-hander Dustin May from the Dodgers for right-hander Bryce Elder and top 16 prospect David McCabe. For my signing will be Merrill Kelly, a likely trade candidate this deadline, but a rental. He will be a free agent in the 26th season, and the Braves could use another veteran arm. Kelly has had a solid season so far. I'd see him going to Atlanta in 2026. The second trade will be for a veteran outfielder from the Diamondbacks, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., who helped the Diamondbacks get to the 2023 World Series. He is mostly used against right-handers, but he could serve as a good bench piece for this Atlanta outfield. This deal will be sending right-hander Lucas Braun, their 9th prospect, and left-hander Ray Kerr to Arizona. As for the free agent signing, I'm going with Willie Castro, a utility player with some time in the majors. He gets on base a lot and could help with depth all over the field whenever someone gets injured. My last need is bullpen help with Raisel Iglesias certainly leaving after a horrible year for him. The Braves will have to look for an elite closer if they want to compete next year. My trade proposal would be for 2024 and 2025 All-Star Robert Suarez from the San Diego Padres. He barely gives up home runs, but could work on his control. Almost 2.47 walks per 9, but 9.48 strikeouts per 9, could be a solid closer for them, and also has some control with options for the next year. In this trade, Atlanta will send outfield prospect John Gill, number 12 in the organization, and right-handed reliever Daysbel Hernandez to San Diego. For the free agent signing, Atlanta could turn to a super big list of free agent closers next year. The list includes Edwin Diaz, Ryan Helsley, Andres Munoz, Aroldis Chapman, or Matt Strahm. I believe Atlanta has the best chance to sign Ryan Helsley, who is likely to get traded by the trade deadline, but is a free agent in 2026. He currently has a 3.0 ERA, so a bit of a down year, but 2024 was a great year for him as the Cardinals closer with the 2.0 for ERA. Atlanta has plenty of work to do if they want to get back into contention and come back from, as of now, the 4th worst record in baseball. They got a great core, but they're vastly underperforming. With these moves, I'm certain they'll be back to World Series contention in 2026. Thank you for watching, and please hit the like and subscribe for more content like this, not just Braves content but baseball in general. I appreciate the support.